Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Vacha
Pasyami Devam Stava Deva Dehe
Pashyami Devam Stavadeva Dehe
Sarvam Stata Bhuta Vishesha Sangan
Sarvam Stata Tatha Bhuta Vishesha Sangha
Brahmanamisham Kamalashanastam
Brahmani Minisham Kamalanastam Astham
Kamalasana.
Kamalasana.
Asana means, yeah, asana means like a throne, and Kamalasana means sitting on a lotus throne, sitting on a lotus flower. Rishi,
Kamalasana Astham. Okay.
yes. Rishimscha sarvan uragamsha divyan.
Rishimश्च सर्वान् I can't do that. Ch Divyam.
Uragamsha divyan.
Urgam Ch Divyam.
Uragan
Divyam.
or uragam means serpents, right? So who is sleeping on the bed of serpents? That is
Krishna.
Lord Vishnu, Krishna. Of course, Krishna technically doesn't sleep on serpents. His expansion Vishnu sleeps on serpents, and Krishna just sleeps in Mother Yashoda's lap. So, in Goloka Vrindavan, there are three sections. One is when Krishna is very young. One is when Krishna is from like 5 or 6 years to 12 years, and the third is when he is 17 years old. And after that, he stops growing. Krishna is called Nava Yavanamcha, means always Yavan. Yavan means youthful. So Krishna never grows old. That's an amazing thing about Krishna. So there are three sections in Goloka Vrindavan where you can do Bal Krishna pastimes or Pauganda pastimes. Pauganda means like from the age of 6 till roughly 12. And Yavan pastimes means teenager, like 17 around. So 13 to 17 technically, but he's already grown to 17 in that pastimes. And there is no Vriddha pastimes. Like the Christians say, God is very old, right? That is not true. Krishna is always Nava Yavanamcha. So Arjuna said, my dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and divine serpents. Arjuna sees everything in the universe. Therefore, he sees Brahma, who is the first creature in the universe, and the celestial serpent upon which Garbho Dhakasai Vishnu lies in the lower regions of the universe. The snake bed is called Vasuki. So today, I came across some interesting thing in a country called Cambodia. So in Cambodia, I don't know if I saved it. Yeah. In Cambodia, there is a place called River of Thousand Lingas. There are 1,000 Shivalingas and other Vedic deities like God, Lord Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma are carved into the riverbed of the Spian, Kbal Spian River in Phnom Kulen National Park. So actually today I did research on the Phnom Kulen National Park in Cambodia. See, along the riverside, you see Bhagavan Vishnu is lying down. From his nabi comes the lotus flower on which Brahmaji is sitting. And then zoom. We had the concept of zooming in. So they have Brahma sitting on the lotus flower at a higher thing, like that. And then here is the Brahma sitting. There's a close-up view of the zoom. Face is, of course, effaced by the weather and elements. And you see 1,000 lingas are there on the ground. And then there is a river. On the river bed, they put 1,000 Shivalingas. And here is a beautiful banyan tree. Urdhvamulam adashakam. So Urdhvamulam means, of course, this is the banyan tree with Adhamulam Urdhashakam. This is the conventional banyan tree, but the material world is considered inverted part of the banyan tree. And here's a close-up view of Lord Vishnu. His face is still so brilliant. And here's this, the snake bed in which Lord Vishnu. So this is Cambodia. This is not India, right? The most world's biggest temple, Angkor Wat, is in Cambodia. So I saved some of the pictures from Cambodia onto my device here. Here you see Ganeshji along with Buddha, along with other Vedic deities. And here is Ganeshji standing, and here is the local deity. I'm thinking this is Indra because it looks like he has got the four, or maybe it is Vishnu also. Actually, it could be Vishnu because you see Shankha here, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. So this can be technically thought of as Gada, and this hand could be holding the Padma. The other hand, obvious reasons, it's broken by elements. So this could be Vishnu, and Ganeshji is sitting near Vishnu because Ganesh is inferior to Lord Vishnu. He's a Devata and Vishnu is Supreme Lord. And then here is one more view, like some golden design on top of Vishnu's body. And here you have Buddha and other monks, because there's a blend of Buddhism and Vaishnavism in Cambodia. Lotus flowers, very beautiful lotus flowers, because lotus is dear to Vishnu. And here is the entry to one of the temples. Same entry, long shot. Some Cambodians, modern Cambodians with jeans pant. Here is a picture of Lord Brahma on the face. This is the Angkor Wat temple, the world's largest Vishnu temple. This is one other temple in that Kulen, Palm Kulen National Park. Close up of Ganeshji. This is sleeping Buddha, and all the devatas are throwing flowers on him. Ultimately, Buddha is considered incarnation of Lord Vishnu, so he is no other than Vishnu, but that country follows Buddha. This is a side view of the temple. Shivaling in Cambodia. So here is one other form of Buddha with tourists. This is cashew, the raw cashews. More tourists. This is the 1,000 lingas. This is sleeping Buddha with tourists. And then devatas throwing flowers on him. This is a simple living and high thinking. This is how devotees should live. Then you don't have mortgage, right? You get some bamboo poles, put it on top, and sleep there and chant Hare Krishna with whatever little savings you have. This is the goal for our farm projects. Let's see whether it will succeed or not. This is the Simhadwara. Simhadwara means the lions are there. If you go to Jagannath Puri, exactly same Simha will be there, but with much more ornate. Ornate means more decoration. The same Simha face will be there in front of Jagannath Puri. Jagannath Puri Simhas are like this, the regular Simha, not standing Simha. This is more like Narasimhadev actually, but without the blood in his mouth and the intestines of Hiranyakashipu in his hand. So this is a top view of the temple. Sleeping Buddha with regular Buddha and Buddha's various pastimes. When I went to Japan, I saw something like this. There they had like one big statue of Buddha and at least 500 small Buddhas next to him. So they have this multi-deity concept. Again, there's one more view of the 1,000 linga. What happened? Oh, this is the last one. That's why it's done. Okay, so now you get the idea. So Cambodia is also a Vedic country. And then this artist took like Vishnu in very nice angles because he went to the river and took this. Most people, most tourists don't even understand this. They are only looking at the Shivalingas, but they are not seeing the Vishnu deity on the rock next to the river, like that. So the snake bed for Lord Vishnu is called Vasuki. Vasuki Modalagu Sarpalu means Vasuki is the first Sarpa and there are other Sarpas in addition to Vasuki. So Arjuna can see from the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu up to the topmost part of the universe on the lotus flower planet where Brahma was there. So in the Vishwarupa, you could see even Brahmaji. That means that from the beginning to the end, everything could be seen by Arjuna, who was sitting in one place on his chariot. So he got a panoramic 360-degree view of the universe and Brahmaji on the top. And at the feet of the Lord Vishnu, he saw the Patala Loka. So he saw everything. He is very fortunate. He only can see descriptions, but he has actually seen it. This is possible by the grace, Kripa of Supreme Lord Krishna. So our movement is not just about chanting or building temples or going to a farm. Our movement is to get the grace, Kripa of Lord Krishna. And all these are tools and techniques to get the grace, right? Great sages after thousands of years of tapas cannot get the grace of Lord Krishna. So it is very mysterious. He gives it to some, but he doesn't give it to others. Right? Like in one family, we see one person is affected by COVID, but 3 other people are still alive. One person gets affected and died. My sister-in-law's, my brother's wife's sister's husband died today of COVID. He's only 50 years old. And rest of the family members are all alive. How and why, we don't know, right? In the same way, the grace, kripa of Lord Krishna, you don't know why he gives his glance on some and why he doesn't give his glance on others. We are doing sadhana bhakti. We are doing rules and regulations, chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, hoping someday Lord will give a sweet smile on us. But somebody might come 10 years junior to us, just offer a lotus flower to Lord Krishna, and Krishna may say, oh wow, look at such a wonderful devotee. And then you must be thinking, Arey, mera kya ho gaya? I am worshipping you for 10 years and you are giving vow to this new devotee. So Krishna is Swarat, means he is independent. He does not need to show grace on you. He may show grace to a brand new devotee who has said Hare Krishna once, but you may be chanting for 25 years and he may not show grace on you. Why? Because he is supremely independent. That's why we have to we have to apply on all fronts. You don't know in what way you can obtain Krishna's grace. You have to preach like I am doing. You have to worship very nicely the deities like some of the Brahmana devotees are doing in the temple. You have to cook very nicely like Raswati Mata has been cooking for like what 35 years non-stop. Right? When Anand Mela happens, there are 20 booths and in each of the booth we are serving something and we are like, thak gaya yaar. I'm so tired. But Raswati Mataji is supplying raw materials for all 20 booths from the temple. So one person, right? So she is like a superhuman. So maybe Lord's grace is on her. We don't know. And Harulas Maharaj can do kirtan for 4 hours non-stop. I've seen him. Once 4 hours he did kirtan. For me, half an hour I get tired. So he has grace of Supreme Lord Krishna. So you never know who will get the grace of Lord Krishna. You have to try on all fronts. Right? You have to try on all fronts. And someday our dear Supreme Lord Krishna will have his glance, merciful glance on us. And we have to wait for that day. So, yeah, just because you're doing Bhagavad Gita, nothing's guaranteed, sir and madams. Nothing's guaranteed. So we have to see how the Supreme Lord will give his grace. And we used to have 13 students. Now 8 students stopped showing up for the class only. So how will they get the grace of Krishna? Right? So, yeah, do your best and leave the rest to Krishna. Mercy cannot be purchased in a market. Only the giver knows who to give and when to give. Aneka bahu daravaktra netram.
Aneka bahu daravaktra netram.
Pashyami tvam sarvato anantarupam.
Pashyami tvam sarvato anantarupam.
Nantam na madhyam na punastavadim.
Nantam na madhyam na punastavadim.
Pashyami Vishveshwara Vishwarupam.
Pashyami Vishveshwara Vishwarupa.
Vishveshwara means he is Vishwaka Ishwar. He is the Ishwara of the Vishwa. Get it? And this is called a Sandhi. Vishwa plus Ishwara is Vishveshwara. So one A goes away here. Vishwa plus Ishwara is Vishveshwara. That's called a Sandhi. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, many, many bellies. So it's not one person, it's many persons. Actually, it's one person, but he's displaying his power like that. Mouths and eyes expanded everywhere without limit. I see you in no end, no middle, and no beginning. Na antam. Ant means end. Na madhyam means middle. Punastavadim. Right? Adim. Adim means beginning. He say Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So that Adi is Krishna. So Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, is unlimited. Thus through him everything could be seen. Everything is the key word. Sarvam. Pashyami tvam sarvato ananta rupam. Sarvato means everything. Ananta means unending rupam. Because he's seeing a 360-degree panorama, just like sometimes you go to these theaters, right? Where the camera is on the bottom of the screen, bottom of the floor, and it will be projected on the top. I've seen this in Canada. In Vancouver, Canada, there's one such 360-degree view. So wherever you see, you'll see something on the roof. That's how it will be. So he's seeing a 360-degree panoramic view. Na anta na madhya na tava adim. Tava adim means your beginning. Kiritanam gadinam chakrinam cha.
Kiritinam gadinam chakrinam cha.
Why did you say gadinam? Is there a aki matra on a? It is
Gadinam.
gadinam. It's not gadinam. Yeah. Tejo rasham sarvato deeptimanam mantam.
Tejo rashim sarvato deeptimantam.
Pashyami tvam durniriksham samantad.
Pashyami tvam durniriksham samantat.
Deepta nalarka dyutima prameyam.
Deepta nalarka deepta prameyam.
Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides, like blazing fire. You want to see fire? Recently, I saw a picture of California fire, and I saved it on my PowerPoint. Because when fire comes, right, everything is finished. And I'll show you a picture of how a house was getting destroyed, if I can find it. You know, California was on fire recently, near San Jose. Okay, I can go and look it at the source. You see this color of the fire? You see this? This house is totally destroyed. That is what blazing fire means. I mean, this is an ordinary fire. You see this girl is wiping her eyes because eyes are the weakest part of the body. With that fire, eyes will start to burn as she's walking past the fire. So that is fire, blazing fire. So now you can think of Krishna and what his qualities are. When he does, when he shows his Vishwarupam, immeasurable radiance of the sun, yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. Okay, so I'll take a bio break here. So I want you to do brainstorming. So you have Sheshadev and Gopal one team, Disha and Jaipal one team. So you debate and tell me how to obtain the grace of the Lord. I'll be back.
Jaipal,
Hare Krishna,
I
ma'am.
will just give it to you, okay? I'll follow you. Hare Krishna. I'll just give it to you. You tell whatever. I'll follow Chupchaap, okay?
We can
Mataji.
all say we discussed and we said it is so confusing. Achinta Beda Beda Tattva.
Yes.
We will all get virtual thappads, okay then?
We will say we can't conceive with our material senses.
We are degraded souls.
Okay, कहते हैं no, कहते हैं ना, do the thing and We're just doing the deed. We'll wait for God to see if it is recognized or not. Chupchap se do your deed. Maybe that's how.
So what Prabhuji question is on this verse context or in general? How to get it?
In general, I think Prabhuji.
Okay. In general means then we have to follow what Krishna consciousness teaches us, right? I mean, following all the regulative principles and chanting nicely and preach. In one of the verse, Krishna says, right? I like them best, those who preach.
Yeah, I think to attain Krishna, you should attain Radharani. To attain Radharani, we should attain the pure devotees through gurus. I think Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. I think through them, serving them, open the doors to Radharani and Krishna.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when we take initiation, we say, right, we serve in the mode of servant. So, yeah, devotees, if you get mercy of devotees and Guru, then the path to Radharani and Krishna will be easy.
Perfect. We have the answer now.
Okay, what is the answer then?
Disha Mataji, you want to tell?
No. मेरी क्या जरूरत man, you say.
No, you go ahead, Mataji. Please tell.
I'm gonna butcher your answer royally because I am not that qualified to say that correctly. So please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we were all discussing, Prabhuji. I mean, Sister Prabhuji mentioned one point about reaching Krishna, we need to get mercy of Radharani. To get mercy of Srimati Radharani, we need to go through the Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and devotees. So if we satisfy the Vaishnavas and Guru, then we can approach Krishna and Radharani easily. That is one. And the other thing is, obviously, we have to follow all regulative principles. And in one of the Bhagavad Gita verse, Krishna says, I like the most those who preach this message to others. So obviously, Krishna likes all the gurus the best, those who preach. And yeah, that's all we discussed, Prabhuji.
Okay. So now I want you to discuss, you can all be one group, how not to get mercy, how to lose the mercy. Okay?
We don't have to do anything, Prabhuji.
No. Discuss it.
No regulative principles, Prabhuji.
I mean, if we follow where our material senses are taking, obviously we are out of Krishna. So if we work for our sense enjoyment, so we are off the hook. I mean,
Yeah, the basic thing, if we identify ourselves as the body and not as the soul, serving the body, then it will take us as far away as possible. Basically, serving Maya will get us more entangled, like the banyan tree.
Not getting mercy is easy, Prabhuji. I mean, we are already not getting mercy. So. Getting mercy is tough. I mean, the worst thing Krishna don't like is, the 10 offenses we have, right? That is one. One of them is like Vaishnava Aparad. So Krishna don't tolerate if we offend any Vaishnavas. So even when we are in the path of bhakti, we tend to do all these offenses and we fall down.
I think most of this life we were doing that only. Probably now, with the mercy of the gurus, we sort of got introduced to this movement.
Mm.
Teachers like Prabhuji. We're getting a little taste.
Mm.
Prabhuji is still recording us. We'll play this back to us and show us.
Oh no.
What happened? Discussion stopped, huh? Hare Krishna?
It's completed, Prabhuji.
We're all realized now. Realized souls.
Real souls? Okay.
We are realized souls
Can
of
you-
how to not get mercy.
Okay, what is the answer?
Prabhuji, please go ahead, Prabhuji. Shashdev Prabhu.
I think the simplest way is to identify yourself with the material world. I mean, serve Maya instead of Krishna,
Hmm.
and it'll take
But
us
we are
as
doing anyways, right?
yeah. That is we're already there.
Hmm. And
And if you continue to do that and don't worry about, don't think about the regulative principles, keep keep serving your senses, then you will not get mercy.
are you sure?
You will not
And
get mercy.
Vaishnava Aparadh.
Yeah, that is more important. You should not do Vaishnava Aparadh. If you do Vaishnava Aparadh, then guaranteed you won't get the mercy. Even if you are in the material consciousness, if Krishna wants, he will take you. That's the answer. You get the point? He's Swarat, right? Supremely independent. He can do anything. But if you do Vaishnava Aparadh, if you offend a senior devotee, that's it. Krishna will never even look at you. Impossible. That's the key point. Because you may think that, oh, not following the regulative principles is, a disqualification. But Krishna can say, okay, I like this guy, I take it. He's independent, right? He can do whatever he wants. But if you do Vaishnava Aparadh, there is a song also. Tumhare sthane aparadh nahi, Krishna sthane aparadh. Means you can do aparadh to Krishna. He will stop tolerate because anyhow we are doing aparadh 24/7 to him. But if you do an aparadh to his devotees, he's a serious devotees. That's it. He will never even look at you. Done. So now you know, at least from a superficial perspective, how to get his mercy and how not to get his mercy. But let me tell you this. There is so much more detail than just saying we need Radharani's mercy. First of all, why should Radharani give you her mercy? What's so special about you? By the way, mercy doesn't come from sadhana bhakti. You know that? Sadhana bhakti is only for purification. Sadhana. Chanting 16 rounds a day. not eating meat, fish, and eggs. That is like to become human from animal. Animals eat meat, fish, and eggs. Right? Have you seen a fish will eat other fish? One animal will eat the eggs of another animal. And one animal will kill and eat the other animal. So if you're engaging in meat, fish, and eggs, then means you are an animal. So at least first become a human. So that doesn't count as getting mercy of the Lord. So sadhana bhakti is to purify yourself, but that doesn't automatically get Krishna's mercy. In a way, we all have Krishna's mercy. Otherwise, we cannot even stand Bhagavad Gita. We'll run away. I have tried to teach Bhagavad Gita to no less than 1,000 people. 1,000 people. In my limited 17-year career in ISKCON. I have 3 or 4 people on Friday batch. Last week, only 3 people on the Saturday batch. And Sunday batch, I have actually the highest. They're all newcomers. That's why they can tolerate me better. 5 people on the Sunday batch. So 5 plus 4 plus 4. Out of 1,000 people, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 5, 13 people are still able to withstand Bhagavad Gita and its intensity. Because Bhagavad Gita is not simple, it is intense. And that is for sadhana. Out of these 13 people, 1 person may go to the higher stages like Bhava Bhakti. There are different stages. You know these stages or no? Can anybody tell me what the stages are? It's from one of my previous lectures.
Anartha Nivrutti.
Yeah, but go step by step.
Okay. Shravanam.
No. Hado Shraddha.
Sadhu Sangha.
Yeah, Hado Shraddha. Sadhu Sangha. Bhajana Kriya. Anartha Nivritti.
Bhava and Prema.
Oh, before Bhava there is something.
What was the first one, Prabhuji?
Hado Shraddha. Shraddha.
Not the Shravanam?
That is different. They're the tools. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Those are the stages of, like basically, yeah, you could call them tools.
Yeah. I think Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Nishtha.
And?
Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema.
And how many levels of prema are there? If I show you this slide, you'll faint. Of course, you'll faint if you understand it.
We are not fainting, Prabhuji.
You are not fainting? Why? I thought my students are all pure devotees of the Lord. Okay. Prema, Sneh, Man, Pranaya, Raga, Anuraga, Bhava, Mahabhava, Adhiror Mahabhava. These are the stages within Prema. Get it? And Radharani Mahabhava is 3 billion times that of a gopi. 3 billion with B. Because Radharani has 26 qualities and she attracts Krishna with 64 qualities. This is all Keshavananda Prabhu's lecture. I'm just doing a revision for you. I took notes. I don't know if you guys take notes from my classes, but whenever I go to a class, I take notes because our human memory is very low. So you should always have a pen and paper or a laptop to take down notes, whether you're hearing from me or from some senior devotee. So a gopi's bhava, you cannot even come close because under gopis are manjaris. So Krishna is served by Radha, Radha is served by gopis, and gopis are served by manjaris, and the spiritual masters serve the manjaris. So Radharani's Mahabhava is 3 billion times that of a gopi. And the gopis' love will be a few billion times compared to the manjaris. Manjari's love would be a few billion times compared to the spiritual masters. And spiritual masters' love would be a few billion times compared to our love for Krishna. So we have a long way to go, right? So you cannot just say Radha, like there used to be one rickshawala in Vrindavan. He used to always say Radha, Radha, and people said, oh, he's a pure devotee. Then he said, what? What devotion? I'm calling my wife. His wife's name is Radha. Like that. Right? So, yeah. And all gopis are also Lakshmi. Lakshmi Sahasra Sambrama Sevyamanam Govinda Madipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So she has a confidential emotion which nobody has. Right? I think this came as a picture because I cannot even increase the font size. Does this come as a picture? Oh, no, we can increase the font size. No. Okay. Anyways. So, because Radha is Mahabhava Swarupini, she has a confidential emotion which nobody has. She is able to attract, say, Krishna, who can attract millions of cupids. See, you attended the class, Jaipal and Sheshdev. I also attended the class. But when I asked the question, you totally forgot about what was said in the class. Right? Why? Because you didn't take notes and I took notes. I also forgot, but I took notes. So that's why. You also said we are more Sri Vaishnavas than Sri Vaishnavas. Because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Venkat Bhatt, then they had a debate, who is higher, Lakshmi Devi or Radha? Yeah, Lakshmi wanted to enter Raslila, but Radha was already there. Why was Lakshmi not allowed? Which means she is not at the same Mahabhava as Radharani. She's probably at Bhava, but not Mahabhava. This Bhava is different. Think about it. These are stages in Prema. Prema, Sneh, Man, Pranaya, Raga, Anuraga, Bhava, Mahabhava, Adhiror Mahabhava. And these stages are only realized by Atmanivedan people. Means somebody who has surrendered to Krishna. So Atmanivedan is complete surrender of one's body, mind and words. So this is what one of the Acharyas sings, Narottam Das Thakur or one of the Acharyas. Manasa deho geho jo kichu mor arpitu tava pade Nanda Kishore. Manasa, man, deho, body, geho, my words. Jo kichu more, whatever I have, my Lord, jo bhi mere paas hai. Arpilu tuva pade. Tuva pade means your feet. I am arpan, I am arpilu, giving it. Nanda Kishore. So note, it doesn't say arpilu tuva pade Ganesha, arpilu tuva pade Durga. No, it is arpilu tuva pade Nanda Kishore. Nanda Kishore means the Kishora, the boy form of Nanda Maharaj's son, which means he is in the 17-year-old form. Right? You could have worshipped Bal Krishna like the people in the West. It starts with a P, that's Sampradaya. Do you know that, Sheshdev? What Sampradaya in the West, in Gujarat and Rajasthan? Pushti Marg, yeah. Those people worship in Bal Gopal. But it is said that we have to worship Krishna in the Navayavanamcha form. That is the highest. And that is when gopis have the highest ecstasy towards Krishna. So these are all advanced topics. I'm telling you so that you can get a glimpse. You may not understand. I also don't understand. I'm just repeating what Acharyas told. Right? Complete surrender, Atmanivedan chahiye to get to that stage. Manas deho geho jo kichu mor arpilo tuva pade Nanda Kishore. We can have a 3-hour long discussion on those 2 lines of the song. 3 hours, believe it or not. Right? So if you go to kksongs.org, everybody should bookmark this. Manasa Deho starts with an M. So you go to M. You see how many songs are there, Acharya songs. We are like Lilliputs. We are not even scratched the surface. Manasa Deho Geho. As I said, right, one of my previous students, every week he makes it a point to reject my class. He will hit on the decline button to send me a notification that he's not coming. So how much more he has to go, right? Manas deho geho jo kichu mor arpilu tuva pade Nand Kishore. Sampade Vipade Jivane Marane. Whether you have Sampada, means you have all the opulence, or Vipada, all the troubles. Whether you are alive, Jivane, or Marane, death. Dai Mama Gela Tuva Pada Barane. I still want to surrender to your lotus feet. Marobi Rakhobi Jo Icha Tohar. Marobi, you want to kill me? Rakhobi, you want to keep me? Jo Icha means your desire. Tohar, your desire. Nitya Dasa Pratituva Adhikara. I am your Nitya Das. That's why my name is Radhika Gopinath Das. Although my children say that I behave like a Prabhu instead of behaving like a servant. So I have two gurus in my own home who are constantly disciplining me. My son and my daughter. Right? So you should make your children so Krishna conscious that if you make a mistake, they can correct you. Right? Anybody's kids on this call? Or they are all playing video games? Is there? Your daughter is there?
No, Prabhuji, she's in the other room. I don't know what she's
क्या कर
doing.
रही है? फिल्म देख रही है?
नहीं, टीवी भी नहीं है.
Then,
Sana?
see, if you don't train your kids, how will you go back to Godhead? Because we are not capable of going back to Godhead. If we make our kid into a good devotee, because we are the parent of the good devotee, we'll go back to Godhead. You see the trick? ईशा माता जी, आपकी बेटी है पास में?
Yes, Prabhu.
सुन रही है?
सुन नहीं रही है, but then I give a summary of the entire class to them.
आपका लड़का बड़ा है या लड़की बड़ी है?
लड़की बड़ी है.
लड़की बड़ी है, ठीक है.
So
they are your insurance policy. Your kids are your insurance policy. They will become a good devotee. You will be liberated. What does Shastra say? If somebody is a pure devotee of the Lord, 7 generations before will get liberated. So make your kids into good devotees. That is your insurance policy.
Yes, Prabhu.
Janmo bimo icha jaditor bhakta grihe jani janma homor. मेरी इच्छा यह है कि I will take a birth in bhakta grihe, in the home of a devotee. Right? You know why you are becoming devotees? So that your kids can benefit. Because they are praying. I want to be born in a bhakta griha, not in rakshasa griha. We are all rakshasas actually, before we came into Prabhupada's Sharan. So bhakta griha. I was not a devotee. I was a rakshasa. But some or the other, Prabhupada's disciples made me a devotee. So now, this line is applicable. So my kids will at least have some benefit, and because of them, I'll get liberated, like that. Kita janma ho jata tuva das. Kita janma. Even if I am born as a kita, kita means microbe, I want to be tuva das. I want to be your servant. Bahirmukha Brahma janme nahi as. As means desire, asha. Like from this Sanskrit word ash comes Hindi word asha. Nahi ash. I don't want to become a Bahirmukha Brahma. Means like I don't want to become a Brahma to rule over this entire universe. Brahma is the boss, right? As you know, he lives in Satyaloka. He's saying I want to be a kita, microbe. But as long as I am your das, kita is okay. I don't want to become Brahma running big show, right? I mean, to translate that in our daily language, I don't want to have 20 UPS stores, or I don't want to be a VP in Amazon, right? So you can translate that way with our, Seattle material mind, like that. So people should have got my drift because I referred 2 companies, because people on this call work for those 2 companies or have stores with them. Bhukti mukti spriha vihina ye bhakta labhayite tako sanga anurakta. I don't want bhukti, enjoyment. Actually, we want enjoyment. That's why Acharyas wrote this song for us. Mukti, I don't want liberation even. What do I want? Just devotion to you, my Lord. Janaka Janani Daita Tanaya Prabhu Guru Patituho Sarvamoya. So I don't know the translation of that. Father, mother, lover, son, you are everything to me. You are my Janaka. You are my Prabhu. You are my Guru. You are my Pati. Actually, we are all feminine. In material world, some of us have male bodies. We are all females in the spiritual world. Some become males here, some becomes females here. So that's why, you should not think that, oh, I'm so great. No, we are nobody. We are just a small soul, which is, what is the size of the soul? Huh? What is the size of the soul?
10,000 tip of the head.
Yeah, but in practical terms, what is the size? How small is it?
Dust particle?
No, smaller than that. That's why I did a YouTube video on this one, because people generally just like a parrot repeat Prabhupada's words, but you should understand how small is the soul really. So I have 180 videos, ladies and gentlemen. Please go and hear them. I cater that to the technology audience, not like hi-fi, right? Okay. Portland cement is 74 microns. Plant pollen is 37 microns. Cigarette smoke is 2 microns, but soul is smaller than that. Okay. Tobacco smoke is 0.1 to 1 micron. Soul is smaller than that. This is the size of the soul, 2 nanometers. Nano means 1 millionth of a millimeter, micrometer. See, yeast cells are 10 microns. Tobacco smoke is 0.1 micron. We are 0.0001 micron. That's how small we are. And the same soul is there in giraffe or lion, or this little bird here. Same soul. And what is the purpose of the soul? Jivera Swarupa Hoy Nityera Krishna Das. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. Means we are Nitya Das, always a servant, never a master. That's why my name is Radhika Gopinath Das. Right? You may call me Prabhu out of respect, but we are all servants, Nitya servants. Means it's not like after 10,000 years I'll become a master. No, Nitya, always servant. That is our Swarupa. And that little thing, which is smaller than this tobacco smoke by a factor of 3 zeros, thinks that we are the master. Hey, I deserve a 4-bedroom home in Sammamish. I deserve director position in Amazon or Microsoft. This little thing, tiny little thing, which is the size of a gas molecule. This is the size of the soul. So what do anybody has to say anything about that? Soul is smaller than coronavirus because it needs to fit into coronavirus. So if you hurt somebody, that fellow will come back as coronavirus and enter your nose and trouble you in the last life. So anything is possible, right? As long as you are in the material world, somebody will trouble you, whether it's corona or your boss. So that's the size of the soul. So you have to be scientific. You're all engineering graduates. So you cannot be willy-nilly. Janaka Janani Daita Tanai Prabhu Guru Patituhu Sarvamoy Bhakati Vinoda Kohe Suno kana Radha Nata tuhu hamara parana. Natha means husband. He is husband of Radha. I mean, in the material world, Radha was married to some guy called Abhimanyu or something like that, but that's all a show, drama. In the spiritual world, Radhanath is always Krishna. And who sang this? I was wrong. I said Bhakti Narottam Das Thakur. It's Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is, recently we had his appearance day. Everybody was sending in WhatsApp back and forth Bhakti Vinod Thakur stories. He was like a high court judge. He had like 12 children, 12 or 13 children. He would wake up at 2:30 in the morning, chant effectively, even with 12 children. Then at around every 10 minutes, he used to have a daily time scale of 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, this is what I'll do. And he will not deviate from that. No chit-chatting. And he would like go at like around 9 or something to the court. By 12 o'clock, he would finish all the cases. And his colleagues would take like till 4 or 5 p.m. So he was so efficient, he would finish all the cases. Then at 12 o'clock, he would take a rickshaw, cycle rickshaw, and go to the temple, Jagannath Puri temple. And he was the temple president there, Jagannath Puri temple president. And he would manage the temple till like 8 p.m. or something. Come home, he'd have prasadam, sleep at around 10, wake up at around 2:30, and continue the story. He had 12 kids. Even with 2 kids, we are struggling. Arey Prabhu, I don't have time for chanting my rounds. And learn from Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Ki jai. Okay, Disha Mataji, read the translation.
Yes, sir. Mind, body, and family, whatever may be mine, I have surrendered to your lotus feet, O youthful son of Nanda. In good fortune or in bad, in life or in death, all my difficulties have disappeared by choosing those feet of yours as my only shelter. Slay me or protect me, you wish, for you are the master and your eternal servant, of your eternal servant. If it is your will that I will be born again, then may it be in the home of your devotee. May I be born again, even as a worm, so as long as I remain your devotee. I have no desire to be born as a Brahma averse to you. I yearn for the company of that devotee who is completely devoid of all desire of worldly enjoyment or liberation. Father, mother, lover, son, lord, precipitator, and husband, you are everything to me. Thakur Bhakti Vinoda says, O Kana, please hear me. O Lord of Radha, you are my life and soul.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Where are we compared to this prayer?
Prabhu, you're asking where are we in comparison to
This prayer, yeah. What is our prayer look like compared to this? When you stand in front of the Lord, what is your prayer look like compared to this?
my prayer when I stand in front of Lord is, oh Lord, starting the day, blessed day, and hope good for all, and pray good for family, friends, and all.
Yeah, but is that the prayer that we should be doing?
No.
What is the prayer?
This is the prayer, what is written over here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So our prayer will be like, right?
Oh, God.
what else? What else are your prayers, sir and madams?
House, a big house.
Yeah, big. Big is the keyword. Did you buy a house here, Sheshdev?
Here, no, Prabhuji, I can't think of buying here.
Yeah, it's too expensive here.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to Krishna's house. Chintamani Prakara Sadmasha Kalpa Vriksha. Where there are Kalpa Vrikshas and Chintamani gems are used as flooring. What other players we have? Yeah, something like that.
Prabhuji, not yell at me or yell at me?
Yeah, exactly. We should or shouldn't.
That's default, Prabhuji. You should say not yell at me.
Okay. And the same thing applies to husband should not yell at me like that.
No, the husband should not criticize, like, micromanage and overanalyze. Yes.
From Mataji's perspective, yes.
Right? So we have a long way to go. Agreed or not agreed?
Agree, Prabhu.
So how are we going to change?
Get rid of one by one, Prabhuji.
How do you get rid of one by one? So one Prabhupada disciple went to Prabhupada and said, I created a 108-step formula to surrender to Lord. You know what Prabhupada's answer was? Can you guess what Prabhupada would have answered? Knowing Prabhupada's books.
I mean, you just need one step surrender.
Exactly. He said, no, there's only one step, surrender. So this fellow said, first I will get a good job. Then I will worship deities nicely, raise my kids properly, blah, blah, blah. Right? Prabhupada said, there's only one step, surrender. Yeah, that's all. So even if you get all this, you still need to surrender. So surrender first and you can think about all this in parallel. And those things will happen actually. The Lord's devotee is never left high and dry. There'll be a lot of tests, but a Lord's devotee will never be in a disadvantaged position. And when we get them, what will happen? When we get our prayer?
We'll think of something else that time.
Yeah. I don't want it. You don't want it. So this is my personal experience. Whatever I asked for the Lord at some point in my life, I always got it. And then I regretted asking for it. Just like Dhruva Maharaj says, in 6 months I've achieved what sages could not achieve in many, many lifetimes. While I could have asked for the highest benediction, I asked for pieces of broken glass. Right? A broken glass, does it have any value? It has negative value, because if it cuts your hand, then you have to go to the doctor. So Dhruva Maharaj laments, cries that, well, I could have asked for the highest thing to Lord Vishnu, because Lord Vishnu showed up in front of him in his Chaturbhuja form. And he said, tell me what you want. And then he was a small boy, 5-year-old boy, so he couldn't really open his mouth and say something. He was like too bewildered. So Lord understood his heart's desire that he wants a kingdom, right? Because his stepmother kicked him out of his father's lap. Said, I want a kingdom. I am a Kshatriya. How can I not survive without a kingdom? That was his strong desire. So what did the Lord do? He kicked him out. So he didn't give the ultimate liberation. He gave him a kingdom, which is pretty big actually. He is on the Dhrutara right now, and he is managing all of us. So his kingdom, when he looks from his balcony, he will see multiple planetary systems. So he has been given that kingdom. I mean, he's not at Satyaloka level, but he's at the Dhruvaloka level, which is above all the regular planetary systems. So we have to be very careful what we are going to ask the Lord. Okay, that's the class for today. Let's chant the holy name.